My son and I have gone into business together. We buy houses, renovate them right, and sell at a profit so we can invest in other properties.
What kind of open concept is that?
So far, we've turned an outdated and dysfunctional suburban house into a modern and family-friendly smart home. Wow.
This is beautiful.
The suburban house sold for $1.7 million, giving us a profit of $350,000.
Huzzah!
We also tore down an eyesore of a commercial residential space in the heart of the Thousand Islands and rebuilt it into a gorgeous work, live, play property that already has a tenant moving in soon.
Look it. This is ridiculously beautiful.
But completing these houses has put us behind with our third property.
There's a load of landscaping we need to do
It
here.
will be all homes on deck as we push to get this country house market ready for late spring.
But we got to get this done.
While my dad and I concentrated on construction at the river property and the suburban house, the country home was put on hold.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I feel like we're spread a little thin right now.
There were a few matters that couldn't wait till spring. Like tile choices for the kitchen at the country house. So we've invited our designer BFF, Sarah Richardson, to meet us at our showroom to help us out.
Nice to see you as well.
We've brought in some tile samples, backsplash ideas.
I love a place with good samples.
If you remember our kitchen layout for the country house, we didn't know how to describe the shade of blue that we'd chosen for the cabinets.
What color is the blue in your world, right?
It's blue.
Like lake blue?
It's like an electric blue.
Where'd you come up with electric?
Here is the actual blue color.
Ready?
And? Aha, just for the record, in future, navy.
Navy.
Yeah.
You did great.
So backsplash ideas.
What's interesting to me is tile that has texture. So this feels a bit more hand-formed. You can do the main backsplash in just the plain hex, and then you can scatter in a few.
Oh.
So add a few textured tiles in with the flat ones. Great idea.
And now let's talk about the island.
I'm thinking this countertop, because there's some blues in there, to tie into the lowers.
The island is 9 feet long, and this man-made quartz will be a durable, non-porous, heat-resistant showpiece.
I think you want some great statement lighting above this island. You can get some terrific accent lighting and stools and accessories all on Wayfair. You can play around with that and have fun. I always say, anything that's fixed and is an investment, let's think about classic long-term solutions. But if it's easy to change, the world is your oyster, go crazy, have fun.
That's good advice, actually. One last thing, we want you to look at the foyer tile.
Off the bat, I'm gonna say no. All I see is mud. And it feels to me like it could potentially be slippery if you have a little kid coming in wet rubber boots. You need to think about the fact that you don't have a designated mudroom. This is where all traffic comes in the house. So let's give them a fighting chance of making it look good all the time. A darker color is gonna be more forgiving.
Okay, I say we go with some darker hexagon tile by the door.
Because the powder room's so close,
Yes.
would you use the same tile in the powder room as the foyer?
I do something different. I mean, powder room is your opportunity to go wild. Dazzle your guests with color, with pattern, really telling a story. Because this is a room you go in, you close the door, you're not in for a long time, you come out. So go as dramatic and bold as you want. I think it'll look great. You guys, this is gonna be amazing.
Okay.
That's what I want to hear.
I love it.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I tend to have a problem with anyone dropping by and giving me
Advice?
yes.
No, you?
Yes.
Come on.
And once again, I've learned something new.
While we finalize our tile choices for the country house, Derek and I need to prep the downstairs bathroom for flooring. We put the self-leveler down a few weeks ago, and now we're ready for the tile underlayment. First step is to put the mortar down on the floor. Now you've done it, Derek. Gone and put MJ in the corner.
Sorry, baby.
In order to make the house even more appealing to potential home buyers, we're laying an uncoupling membrane between the concrete and the tile. This uncoupling membrane that we're doing provides a number of benefits. It protects the floor from moisture penetration and the tile and grout from cracking. And it has a thermal break on the bottom, which means that we're not going to waste energy and waste heat heating the concrete below. It will heat the tile above. It's very important, as you know, Derek, that these studs line up for the wiring. Looks good. The next step is to put in the in-floor heating cable, because nobody likes cold feet. Now, we're ready for tile. There's lots more happening today as the hardwood flooring is starting to go down. I'm very happy we went with a wide plank, engineer hand-scraped maple flooring for the country house. It gives that country feel, and also for potential buyers, they're gonna walk in, they're gonna say, okay, for this house, they're probably gonna have kids. So the hand scrape really helps because it's durable. If you drop something on it or you scratch it, it just blends in with the hand scrape. Meanwhile, up in the master bedroom, our contractor friend Daniel is building a coffered ceiling to bring a striking feature to the space. We glue the beams to the ceiling and screw them in. Once they are set in place, we can start attaching the crown molding. With the beautiful coffered ceiling almost complete, my dad and I meet at his garage to make some tile selections. So I have come up with a few different options for the country house for the powder room and the main floor bathroom regarding tile. Now, Sarah Richardson did say it's a small space, so that's a good place to get a little funky. Now, what do you think?
Don't like it.
Now, what do you think?
Don't like it.
Here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
Powder room floor, main room washroom in the country house floor.
Yes to the powder room floor. Everyone loves almost the black and white, and this will really actually create a good-looking pattern, and it stays within the advice of Sarah. You're
Now-
talking main bathroom here?
Here's what I'm thinking. I have a picture here, a little inspiration, white around the tub surround, this on the floor.
I think that's too busy.
I want to get a little funky in the washrooms because I feel like that's the place to do it.
It's risky.
It is risky.
Risky is what Sarah said to do in the powder room.
And I kind of took that and ran with it. I know, I'm a bit nervous myself, but I feel good about it.
Blue picks up off the cabinets in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I love it.
I'm gonna tell everyone that comes in the house, my son picked the tiles in this bathroom.
With the tile picked, I now head to the workshop to build a custom wood counter for the powder room at the country house. I decided to use a Mappa burl species of wood because it has a lot of character, a lot of different colors, a lot of knots. Okay, I have the dimensions for the vanity already, so all I have to do is transfer that onto this piece of wood, cut it to size depending on my favorite part. First, we have to pick which edge we want as our front. So if we want this side or this side. I just like this here. I think that would be really nice at the front.
Well, imagine you're like standing up at the vanity like that. You're like tucked right in that little nut.
Yeah, I like how it goes in there.
Oh.
There's 3 cuts to be made. Okay, so who wants to go first?
I'll do it then.
Okay, it's good heat.
Yeah.
Like butter. Why don't you take this cut?
I'll take the cut.
Good. Last cut, Sarah and Mike. So we'll have to clean up this edge too, eh?
We could run each side through the joiner. The reason we're actually using the joiner is to clean up the blade marks. That is way, way smoother. We'll give it a light sand, smooth the edges as well. It's time to mix the epoxy to fill all of the holes and knots. Won't have to worry about water penetrating them and going through the countertop and damaging the vanity. We're not epoxying the entire top. I would like to keep the character of the wood rather than have it a complete shiny epoxy look. To get the air out of the epoxy, we use a torch, and you can actually watch the bubbles disappear. Although this is the early stages, I think this countertop's gonna be really nice. While waiting for the epoxy to dry, I hurry over to the country house to meet my dad. Because we're going open concept upstairs in the 2nd story addition, for the walk-in closet, we had to think of something that would work in an open area. Now, luckily for me, my dad went ahead and designed it without me.
Okay, think of shoes, think of pants, think of his and hers, both sides. And I look over and I'm thinking, let's do a shoe shelf. And then shoe shelves with a big mirror right here. I picked darker cabinets.
Of course you did. You love your dark colors.
This closet design offers tons of storage, functionality, and enough space for two people to get ready at the same time.
You know, the more I look at it, the more I was thinking there should be a spot where a little stool can go underneath. The woman can sit and do the makeup, the man can do his hair there. My wife has a desk outside of the bathroom and a stool. That is where she does her makeup. Not everyone wants to do their makeup in the bathroom.
Well, I guess my dad isn't going for my makeup table idea. In a partnership, I need to pick my battles. And this isn't one of them. Now, I turn my attention to tiling.
The tiling in the country house in the front foyer is quite complicated. We're using hexagon tiles and we're running the hardwood into them. The hardwood's gonna have to be cut around the hexagon shape. So for our hardwood guys, I'm sorry. I'm really liking this pattern. I like that we're going a third of each color, working our way to the door at a random pattern.
We're almost about to where we should start putting blacks and maybe along here.
I think it's gonna look sweet.
One thing you never do is put hardwood right to the front door. As you walk in, this is country, there's snow, there's snow out right now. You're gonna bring that snow in the house and you're gonna ruin the wood. You do tile, you can easily clean it up, and again, it gives you a transition from the foyer to walking into the house.
As Sarah Richardson would say, it's quite contemporary. So I think anyone coming from the city would think, wow, that is very appealing. This is a beautiful tile. Whoever decides to do this is probably brilliant.
While we continue pushing ahead at the country house, back at the river house, our dock specialists have pulled up in a barge so they can check on the state of our boat slips. Now that we're keeping a property by the water, we realize the dock requires maintenance every year as ice and wind can shift the structure.
This dock system is a floating system. It's a bunch of slips for a marina. The anchors kind of settle and pull and find their home in the mud. A readjustment after the initial install is pretty common. The dock was all secured with the ice, and the wind came up and grabbed the ice and pushed everything all as a unit in towards shore about 5 feet. And so we'd come in, grab hold of this dock section and pull it out about 4 or 5 feet. After we get everything situated, we're going to do a little bit of welding and an adjustment at the shore ramp. It's a little bit tilted, so we're gonna level that up and secure it. Close up the deck boards and the wood, and then we head on down to the next one.
Upstairs, tiling is going up for the huge shower in the bathroom off the master bedroom.
Oh, this is feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is feeling good.
Oh, yeah. This is exactly what we wanted. This is like a spa.
One thing you don't normally see is massive windows in the shower. Why not? We are in the country. It's like you're showering outside.
That's actually a good way of putting it. The fact that we've incorporated the 2 windows in that shower, we've really stepped outside of the box on this one. And I think anyone walking into that bathroom is going to fall in love immediately. I think a lot of people think, well, what about waterproofing? It's bad for the window. It's a vinyl window. It's fine. We're waterproof behind the window. We're okay.
Like, I don't have a shower this big.
It really is the best of both worlds. I mean, you feel like you're outside while you're inside warm having a shower.
All you have to worry about is squirrels.
Watching you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the squirrels around here.
There's George again.
Get out of here, George.
I'm in the shower. If you build it right, people will come. In the country house here, I don't think we talked about the basement too much. We got to do something for the buyers here. This area needs to be its own zone.
Even keeping this space open, I don't think would hurt because it lets the potential buyer decide what they want to do down here.
But at the same time, if we dress it up and show them what they can have, making it multi-purpose. If they come from the city and see the different zones that we've staged, it should be really good for offering. I want it.
But I want it more.
A bidding war would be great, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, as there is still so much to do.
My dad was very adamant on the fact that there's going to be carpet in the master bedroom. I took a poll. I asked many, many people, hardwood or carpet?
Hardwood.
Are you freaking kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Carpet or hardwood?
Hardwood. All day long.
Blake, you're fired.
Everyone agreed hardwood should go in the master bedroom. We're putting a second-story addition on this house. Why would we cheap out and put carpet in the master bedroom?
I'm still putting in carpet. I'm gonna put it in the 2 bedrooms downstairs and the basement. It's going to work. Let's make it warm. Let's make it comfortable. At least I got 2 bedrooms.
A few months ago, after we bought the country house, we had it tested for radon.
Radon is a colorless, odorless, radioactive gas produced from the decay of uranium found in soil, rock, or water. Radon is the #1 cause of lung cancer for non-smokers.
Radon can get into your home many ways. If there's any cracks or holes in your foundation, that gas can come up through the ground into your house and actually affect you and your family. The test showed a significant amount of radon, so we installed a heat recovery ventilation unit that detects radon using a rheostat and pumps it outside, purifying the air indoors.
As far as I'm concerned, it should be in every single home.
What we didn't expect was what we heard next from the experts.
Radon is highly soluble in water. When we test a home that's in a rural environment like this and has a well, 100% of the time there is radon in the water.
Hold on. You're saying we can have radon gases in the water in this home because there's a well?
Absolutely. There's lots of studies taking place looking at the incidence of colon cancer and stomach cancer from the ingestion of radon-contaminated water. When we turn on our tap, we're aerating the water, and that releases the radon back into a gas form into the house.
When I'm showering, when I'm running water?
Yes.
That is nuts. So we tested the water for radon, and indeed the levels were high. Now, we're gonna make it right.
Now, essentially what you're doing is you're installing an aerator, so a bubbler. Kind of like how they have in a fish tank. It aerates the water, make sure there's oxygen in there, and now the radon particles will come out through the well.
Yeah, we're gonna insert pipe right down to the bottom here. It'll aerate the water and vent the radon right out those vents. And then you'll have no radon-contaminated water entering the house whatsoever.
Beautiful.
You're looking at under $4,000 installed. Very little price to pay to protect your family and your kids.
It's a no-brainer.
Absolutely.
One of the bathrooms is almost complete, so it feels good to hang that final sconce.
I think that'll work.
Yep.
Oh, it's great.
As the ice and snow gets pushed aside by the warm light of early spring, we turn our attention to the barn. We weren't going to tackle any upgrades, but then we found out.
You know, there's an open permit on the barn.
What?
We have to comply. The whole exterior of this must be sided.
Come on.
The previous owner opened a permit and never closed it.
It's gonna be a lot of money.
Yep. Good thing I got title insurance. Title insurance is for all the surprises that could happen when you buy the house. Surprise. We have to do the work to the barn. So we got a quote from the insurance company of about $35,000 to close the permit. The $35,000 will cover all the siding, the roof repair. Let's put in a big door with an opener so tractors can go in, trucks can go in, cars can go in, and concrete floor. Even if upgrading the barn costs us $10,000 more than the $35,000 insurance money, it'll be worth it. Now we're putting down a tough concrete floor.
Object today is to pour a 6-inch concrete pad. What I love about this is we're testing an ultra lightweight concrete on the market. We know it's stronger than other concrete, it's lighter in the trucks, better for the environment. By the end of the day today, we got a concrete floor.
From a boom truck, a mechanical arm is extended so it can reach the whole area. The lightweight concrete is pumped through a massive hose. Once the concrete is about 2 inches thick on the ground, they'll lay down a special mesh to strengthen the flooring and minimize cracks.
And they start leveling.
And because it is lightweight, the concrete is much easier to spread out than regular concrete.
And then before you know it, the flywheels come out. That means we're almost done.
Now we need to get electricity to the barn. Power will add more opportunities to this space for home buyers. The crew helps dig ditches with some innovative equipment to run the power lines. This thing vibrates, will go into the ground, and will pull that cable 2 feet underground, right through to where we want it. We now turn our attention to the roof of the barn. I always say work from the top down. Protect your roof, and it'll protect you. Today, we're going to thermal break and beautify that roof.
Right now I have the guys spraying cork on top of the steel roof at the country house. And the idea of this is twofold. One, it looks really good. It looks brand new. Two, a thermal break on top of a steel roof is essential. Why? It stops hot and cold penetration inside the barn.
It's also water and mold resistant and durable.
It's environmentally friendly. They grow their own cork trees. They recycle them. They reuse them. There's nothing unfriendly about this. That's just smart business.
The cork spray costs about $6 a square foot, depending on variables such as the pitch of the roof. We're also adding new windows and siding.
It all took more time and money than we planned, but it'll be worth it.
And now, the barn,
It looks beautiful.
pretty sexy.
After many headaches, it's so exciting to finally finish the barn.
This is pretty sexy.
Yeah, beautiful.
Finishing the whole outside, the new door in the front, and the big automatic door.
I love that we did new siding.
And the spray cork on the roof makes it look brand new again and stops that heat penetration in the summer and the cold penetration in the winter. I have a remote. Old barns have dirt floors that make the barn not only look good, but have a concrete floor. Allows many uses. It's a workshop, it's a storage shop, it's a car shop.
Yep.
It's multi-purpose for any home buyer coming to this property.
We've even got our tractors in there. It
know.
looks really good.
I think they're gonna love the fact that we have a finished barn.
This is awesome. This
Yeah.
is perfect.
Do you think we'll get a return on what we've had to put into this now?
So the title insurance covered $35,000. That completed the outside. Our extra cost was the concrete floor and the doors. So 15 grand, that wasn't bad, but it will bring back at least 50 extra. Let's think of ourselves as buyers.
Yeah.
We see the house. Oh, we walk in the back.
I love it.
There's a barn
There's a
that
barn.
comes with the house.
And there's electrical in there?
There's everything that's needed, which is going to create more of a desire in my mind to buy this property. People that want to spend money on a home want good things.
Absolutely.
So the barn's complete, but we still have lots to do to get this house on the market.
Yeah.
Now that the barn is complete and spring seems to have a hold on winter, we can make one last trip back to the river house.
It has been a year, back and forth, up and down.
We're wrapping it up. We're finishing the exterior of the river house. This will be our last trip, at least for work.
With the commercial space ready for business and our tenant about to move into the gorgeous residential unit, we need to concentrate on finishing the exterior areas, including a new fence, retaining wall, and interlocking stone pathways.
I think it's safe to say that we've gone through every single weather pattern possible. Spring, summer, fall, winter, torrential rain, highest winds, incredible cold, crazy heat, and fog. This is the Thousand Islands. I don't see any islands. One thing I make sure of is when we designed this, it was built for the elements of all this weather. Steel roof, incredibly strong structure. The good news is we're in the final stretch. The last things that we're doing on the outside of the property.
A few months back at the start of the demo, we experienced power outages.
And of course,
No power.
no power.
Since then, we've installed a very reliable generator so our tenant will always have backup power to run his business and live comfortably.
I'm ready for anything that comes this way. We have enough people, we're focused, 2 days.
Mark has designed a custom hemlock wood feature for the gables.
It's got more wood on it now, Robbie. It's gonna be heavy.
All good.
He loves hemlock because of the beautiful areas of light and dark natural grain that are exposed when he stains it.
On top of everything we're doing, the pontoon boats are coming in, the personal watercrafts are coming in, the ramps to put the personal watercrafts on. Everything's going into motion. Here's my biggest problem right now. I can't play on those toys. Well, maybe a little.
While we've been away, Mark and his crew have been replacing the old retaining wall in between the two houses.
Can you remember how bad this looked when we first bought it? What's with this retaining wall? It's got quite the lean to it. I mean, are the tree roots pushing it out, you think?
One, is probably not deep into the ground whatsoever. It's only cinder block. Two, these cedars have definitely grown and matured. Problem is you've got roots pushing against it. You've got the wind pushing the trees, wanting to push against it. The biggest factor of all is freeze thaw. Here, when it gets wet and it freezes, it pushes. And the more it pushes, the wall comes tumbling down. Now look at it. What a difference. These are 2,600 pounds per stone. That is so heavy, there's nothing that can push that. And if a car hits it, doesn't damage the wall, they damage the car. On top of that, we put down some river rock. The river rock not only looks good, but it helps suppress weeds. It's harder for it to grow through the natural earth. At the same time, it allows drainage. There's gonna be no muck. It keeps everything neat, and it is an inexpensive way to make it right.
One thing I haven't done since being in this area is go to one of the Thousand Islands. So the boys and I head off to a ferry that will take us to Wolf Island.
So that's Wolf Island right over there with all the wind turbines. The biggest island on the Thousand Islands. This will be the first island that I've actually set foot on.
First island for you?
Me too.
First island club.
First island club.
999 to go.
That's right.
There are actually 1,864 islands. To be given official island status, it has to be above the water for 365 days a year and support a living tree.
Are you posing too?
Nice. Right here.
Wolf Island's population is 1,400, which triples in the summer months.
Oh, this is good.
Oh my God.
Thanks, boys.
Too bad you don't get
Cheers,
one.
buddy.
We find a place to enjoy a drink and take in the sights.
Cheers, boys. Cheers. Time to turn off the phones and go to island time, eh?
Already there, buddy.
Oh, nice. So you don't sit by the water very often? Gets real quiet out here. You're by yourself. So comforting, relaxing, just the quietness.
Cheers,
Thousand
boys.
Islands.
To the Thousand Islands.
Thousand Islands.
The quiet that Derek feels is about to change very quickly as I deliver some exciting news to the crew.
Last night, Derek got the call.
No way. Mr. Holmes?
Mr. Holmes.
Oh,
So last night, Derek got the call that Kayla was in labor.
no way.
He's having a baby. Derek already has a son, Finn. His wife, Kayla, she's come up here. We've all had so much fun. And now, he's gonna be a new addition to his family. And we're waiting to find out whether it's a girl or a boy.
Isn't this early?
Yeah, so he's not coming. He's not coming.
That's on a boy or a girl.
Girl. I said, me and Robbie have said girl
girl.
since day one.
So we're expecting a call.
Yes, we're expecting a call.
Okay.
Despite this exciting news, there's still a lot of work to do.
Look at that, we have fence boards coming in.
With Derek gone, we're down a worker, so Robbie and I need to get going.
So we have our landscaping fabric down. We have our river rock down, which is good for drainage. And it would be nice if we have a path to walk on. So this is just a man-made stone. It's concrete, but it's formed. And we're just gonna put that down in the river rock. And I think we have to do it based on footsteps.
Yeah. Right about there?
Yeah. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good.
I feel like that one should be a bit closer. So I'm thinking from this one.
Right about there?
Oh, so far so good. Feels right, feels natural. Look at it.
There you go. Really good.
So comfortable. I almost am just floating to the doorway.
Yeah.
Another important addition to the exterior will be a 160-foot fence along the driveway. It will give our tenant complete privacy, not to mention how amazing it's going to look.
Before we arrived, the posts went in.
The metal posts have been secured with concrete footings that will be durable in rough weather and won't shift over the year. We're putting river rock down along the fence line to help direct the water down to the river.
Now we're ready for the boards.
This is really gonna look good. Now we're gonna go vertical, 8 feet, and then in a section of 6 feet, we're gonna go horizontal. We pull the boards up, screw them in place. Done. We are working crazy right now trying to get the river house done by tomorrow. Doesn't mean we're done. That means I have to drive back to the country house to get that finished too. This is just like a roller coaster.
We continue to put rock down right to the river.
We're getting there. Almost there.
Derek had a baby girl.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Look at.
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah.
So nice that she doesn't look like Derek.
What's she weigh?
5 pounds, 6 ounces, I think.
Her name?
Stevie May.
Congratulations, Derek.
Yeah.
He just had a baby girl. Just like that.
I'm so happy for the guy. I can't wait to meet little Stevie May, Derek's new baby girl. The tenant who is renting this space has actually known my dad for a long time and me, and he's worked on a lot of my dad's machines.
You've been living here for a little bit now, Steve. What's it been like living in a work, live, play place?
This is a dream come true. You built such a wonderful home. I can't express how grateful I am for this.
Steve's rebuilt my dad's motorcycle.
I bought this motorcycle about 4 years ago.
It was a collector's item. There wasn't many left, and I thought, I should buy this and maybe fix it up.
But I haven't had the time to fix it up and give it the attention that it so deserves until Steve came to the rescue.
I'm really excited.
You ready to see it?
Please.
Holy cow.
That is a beautiful bike.
Wow. Love you, buddy.
You too.
Thank you.
Good job, Steve.
Wow. Oh, man. Steve.
Before I lose my dad completely, there's still lots to do as I join our mason Gilbert to parge the exterior foundation.
Parging this foundation here, we're gonna do 2 things. We're gonna protect the exposed foundation and keep water out, any of the elements. We're also gonna make it look a lot nicer.
Parging, that's the icing on the cake. That's the finishing. It's not just aesthetics that it looks good. It serves a purpose. It stops water penetration. We have a freeze-thaw every single year. Moisture gets into block. What it does is, at freezing point, freezes and breaks the block. If you can stop that from happening and it looks good, we need to do that.
One unique feature we're adding to the property is installing 2 canopies at the end of the dock.
This is really smart. Literally, it's cantilevered 12 feet out. Right now, it's windy, but it's doing fine, protecting the new pontoon boats. We have so much on the go today. You have got some special things you're working on. I saw a ton of flowers out front.
Yes.
Are we gonna do something with this concrete pad?
Yeah, my vision was people were coming off the boats and they wanted to sit for a moment and relax. We'll have maybe a hammock and a big umbrella for some shade. And we'll do an L-shaped seating area with a nice fireplace outside.
I like that. As
Yeah.
boats go by, they're like, what place is that?
Right.
Yeah, driving a little bit more traffic to the commercial space.
I'd love to hang out in the L-shaped couch.
I need you both to assemble the hammock.
Okay.
All right, let's hammock.
Perfect.
Love you.
Okay.
have you read the directions?
I looked at the picture of it.
I know you.
My dad needs to have the instructions. I have a photographic memory. No, we have to, okay, see here, you missed that. You didn't read that, did you?
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 3 left.
I have 4 in my hand.
Okay. You're kind of making it hard here.
Because you have to stretch.
You put the bolt under the wood. It's hammock time.
I hope Crystal knows we're gonna test this out once it's built.
How is it, guys?
We're done.
Because I have some more projects.
Oh.
Thank you so much, guys.
Kid stuff. I've never laid in a hammock sideways.
I think my dad has already started the testing phase of this project. We'll be working late tonight, but the exterior at the River House is really coming together as we're down to the finishing touches.
You look comfortable.
Okay.
Although we've been doing this a long time, it still feels great to see the project that you've been working on for so long in its finished state. It's been a long year, but we're finally here.
I feel good. And I'm excited to actually walk around the outside.
And really see all of those finishing touches.
You want to see it?
Let's see it.
I'm excited. Oh, look at this.
Absolutely stunning.
You want to see it?
Let's see it.
I'm excited. Oh, look at this.
Nobody put the time and attention into this property that it needed.
I wasn't counting on taking the house down. I really believed we could gut it, fix it, put it back together.
It would have taken more time, and time is money, to actually fix everything that was existing, so it made more sense to take it all down and rebuild it.
It did.
Look at it now.
Changing the pitch of the roof,
I love the new roof design.
exceeding the height, allowing bigger garage doors.
Also, we don't have to worry about the snow sitting on the roof. We have a nice steep pitch.
Don't forget, we put up a metal roof that's gonna last a lifetime. This fence is perfect. I love the vertical, horizontal, in sections of 2.
Well, and I love the fact that we went with the metal posts.
It's gonna last forever. It's never gonna rust. It's never gonna have a problem. Having the river rock, creating that swale under the fence, helps stop the water from going onto the neighbor's property.
Exactly.
Remember the old septic field? You could literally smell what was there before. Putting in a septic tank that goes into an ecosystem with all the retaining wall.
Looks fantastic.
I don't know if I've ever seen something so perfectly graded. Remember, there used to be a bathtub right here holding water. We were here yesterday and it downpoured rain.
Yeah.
And there wasn't one puddle. Everything we did with possible drainage, resloping, regrading, has solved that big water problem.
And look at this new retaining wall.
These are 2,600 pounds per stone. There's nothing that can push that.
But also, it's gorgeous to look at.
Having the standby generator that powers all of upstairs in case the power goes out.
If you're working here, you want to still be able to operate your business.
That's essential. Look at the stone all the way around the property.
It's a craftsman-style house. It has the stone skirt and the stone retaining walls.
That's the first time I've ever taken a window go black with a pearl frame.
Yeah.
And look at how it looks. Everything is just perfectly complemented in color. Even the little things like the flower planters at the doors, it's just inviting.
It's the zhuzhing.
Standing here and looking back at this, the deck. This needed a big deck off those beautiful doors with the roof.
The black railing and the fan just works so well in there.
And having this little sitting area, it's just for people that want to come in, they want to go out to the docks and to the boats. They can sit, turn on the fireplace, and enjoy it. And you look at the interlocking stone tying in with the landscaping and bringing it down, wrapping around the retaining wall to invite you to the dock. Putting in this retaining wall in this section here helps with any waves that come in when they hit it.
Also, we don't want that earth eroding into the water.
We've controlled it all now. This is exactly what I envisioned when I pulled you on right out there on the pontoon boat and looked what we could do. It went from just crap to gold. I feel kind of humble. And this view is stunning, but you know what? It's all about this. It gives you reasons to stop working so hard.
Take a moment to just breathe it all in and enjoy it.
I'm proud of you.
Proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
Now, it's time to enjoy it.
When everything is complete, it reminds me why I do what I do. This is beautiful.
I really think we've achieved the vision that we had of the work, live, play property in the Thousand Islands.
All said and done, it was worth every single penny and every single effort that we put into it. We purchased the River House for $570,000. Our projected budget was $500,000. Our actual budget was $575,000. So we went over budget by $75,000. The combined residential commercial rental income is about $48,000 a year, with the boat slips, pontoon, and watercraft rentals bringing in another $100,000 for a total of $148,000 in yearly income from the property.
This moment of accomplishment is exciting, but also bittersweet as we must say goodbye to Crystal and Mark.
One of my favorite parts is getting to know you guys and now being able to call you guys friends and family. So I'm looking forward to making a lot more memories with you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks, buddy. Seriously.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss them.
Mr. Holmes, how do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, it's hard not to up here. The river house looks beautiful. We have a beautiful view in front of us.
This feels good. It just feels good. The boats are gonna come, the people are gonna come, work, live, play, tranquility.
I think you're gonna live here one day.
I think you're right. You know what we gotta do next?
We gotta go back home.
We have to finish the country house.
I know.
Good job.
Right back at you.
I feel really good.
Yeah.
Let's
All
go.
right.
And so, it's with sadness that we say goodbye to the Thousand Islands, an area that will always have a special place in our hearts, especially because of the new friendships we've made. And even though we know we'll be back, the amazing experience with building this live, work, play property in this breathtaking part of the world is now over.
Next time on Homes and Homes.
We're at the finish line. It's the fourth quarter with the 2-minute warning.
Who's on first?
What's on second? The person who splits the log wins. Load them up.
It's gonna look really good. Just wait. This is going to be the envy of all kitchens.
You know we're selling this.
Yeah. You wanna see it?
Absolutely, I do.
Like, look at this. This is stunning.
This is what the country is all about.
Wow.
This is beautiful.
Twerk it, twerk it.
I learned this one from a guy on YouTube.
Cheers.
Yeah, man.
Woo!